And hey, hi, hello, welcome back. Alexandrian Codex, Stellaris, Star Trek New Horizons, playing as United Earth, intentionally losing the Xindi crisis. We're just dragging the Xindi crisis out now because I can't play through this game and not drag out the Xindi crisis. I have a problem. I need help.
Construction
If I have 1,600 days to do something, I'm gonna take 1,600 days to do it. Why rush? So it looks like the Tellarites are intercepting, or trying, at the very least, to intercept our pirates down here. God bless them. I don't think they'll catch them. Yeah, they didn't. They're gonna be my problem. Tell you what, I'm gonna do very little to get in their way. Because this starbase should be able to beat them on their own. Barely, but should. Delete this fleet. I forgot all about the fleet manager. God, I don't know why fast this runs like such ass. It really does not run well. Okay, so that'll be...
Spaceport under attack.
That's our carrying capacity. Okay, yeah. I can't cut any expenses anymore. There's really not much I can do to raise our mineral income. I just shouldn't have destroyed our initial
survey complete.
But it's too late to do anything about that. And also, as this is demonstrating, it can probably win on its own, or at least force them to retreat on their own. Pirates are less scary than they used to be. Diesel cap, thank you. Ow! The Tellarites were really hard set on killing them. Alright, now that works for me. It works for me. So I think they're not in Barnard Star, but they are up here. Ah, nope, you're rivals again. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'm remembering why I stopped playing this mod. It's the performance, more than anything else. Which, so much of Stellaris' performance issues aren't just endemic of this in this mod, they're just the game as a whole doesn't run super great. In EU4 and Hearts of Iron 4 are kind of the same way. The Clausewitz engine is pretty out of date and isn't super well optimized. As I understand it, needs a rework from kind of the ground up.
Technology discovered.
Which is a pretty expensive prospect. It worries me that the new game, the fucking Imperator game is running on the same fucking engine. Like, my largest complaint about Paradox's newest games is that they're all running on an old engine, and the old engine has some pretty annoying limitations to it, and I would like those limitations addressed in future products, or da-da-da-da, but... Yeah. It's not the end of the world. Another temporal anomaly. Don't know who's doing it. If I had to bet, it's probably the Krenim. Every time the Krenim research a new technology, they have a chance of doing that? No, hold on. Is that how they work? The Krenim have a chance of firing off way more temporal anomalies than anyone else. But again, temporal anomalies aren't clearly explained. Temporal anomaly, Star Trek New Horizons. Has this post ever been answered? No, this is Star Trek Online.
Technology discovered.
Stellaris. Is that gonna help any? Temporal... Does anyone respond to this post? No, of course they don't. It was a post from October 7th? Wow, that really wasn't that far ago. This is really bugging me. There's this event. No one's been able to identify the changes. It's bugging me. I can't for the life of me find the changes. I'd like to know if anything has changed. Been checking everything in the game and even combed through the game files and couldn't find out except for a notification event that spawned it, but not what caused it to be spawned. Yep. So that would be great if that were made more clear, but whatever.
Technology discovered.
I feel like that dialogue menu we just went into, if you only have one choice, it should just be skip. You know what? All questions don't have worthwhile answers, because that event takes too long, and I think it was you doing it, and what I want you to do after this is go explore that, so I can go kill the pirates.
Our presence in the galaxy has not gone by unnoticed.
Evaluate them.
Our presence in the galaxy has not gone by unnoticed.
Non-aggression.
Technology discovered.
No, sorry. What I meant was light hull construction and non-aggression pact. Just gonna give me a minute here. Like that. Trade deal. This. That, this, that.
Survey complete.
Is it though? Oh yeah, you don't really need to be going over there. Argolis cluster. Does this have? It has a shitty tiny alpine world. I could technically colonize that. I'm not excited about the idea of colonizing that. Mabu, no. I want our construction ship to go. I can't get Tau Ceti anymore. God damn it. Well, Alex, if you just kept your fleet intact instead of butchering it, maybe you would have had the money to go do that. Maybe. You never can tell. Ooh. What are you going to be doing? For the time being, just put down some fucking power plants. Nothing exciting, but that's okay. It doesn't always have to be exciting. What are you doing? Maybe I should have just let this event fail. Or I should have done it sooner.
Evading hostiles.
I hate how slowly this is running. And this is completely normal speed. It's killing me. So, reasons why this is running so slowly. The map is this fucking huge, for one. For two, there's an obscene number of states on it, of civilizations. It's higher than any number of empires you can get in base Stellaris. And all of those, for every planet that they own, are constantly recalculating the value of each tile and what building should be on what tile in relation to what pop should be on what tile on what building. And humans have a great ability just to set it and forget it. You know, come up with the best or come up with an optimal strategy and just stick to it. But the AI are constantly reconsidering and reconsidering and reconsidering and reconsidering, which I'm sometimes pretty fucking annoying and problematic others. Yeah, if you are just, you're evading hostiles. Alright, there's a pirate station, great. Go explore this. And that, because I'm getting tired of giving you orders. Just go explore the frontier, buddy. Yeah, explore that, and then that, and that. And then Let's go fucking crazy. Asimov over here is doing nothing. Okay, how about you do something?
Construction complete. Evading hostiles.
What's the fleet strength here? 158. Can I compete with that? Almost. Almost. Not really. Not really at all, no. It's nice to see the Orions not as a rump state this time, though they do often start with this, don't they? They don't really expand very quickly. And begrudgingly, it's nice to see the Vulcans expanding as well. I say begrudgingly because I wanted Tau Ceti. And I could have sworn DX Cancri would have been a better move for them, as it's a size 22 arid planet that has a positive modifier on it. This is another thing I don't understand about the fucking AI. So they decided this was the better system to grab. When Vulcans are... So Vulcans have an arid preference. They have a 20% habitability of desert, so this is trash. Their pelagic habitability, 20%, so this is trash. They have a 40% habitability for continental, so they're not even happy settling this. Instead of grabbing a system that was contiguous with their borders, that has something that is their ideal planet type with a positive modifier on it, that's one of the larger planet sizes available, instead they went for something way less valuable.
Construction complete.
I hate how bad the AI is. Like, that's not in any way a smart choice, or a clever choice, or an intelligent choice. It might have been actively to deny me access to Tau Ceti, but I sincerely doubt that was the reasoning.
Technology discovered.
And at the same time, them claiming this system makes sense because arid planet.
Our presence in the galaxy has not gone by unnoticed.
Kathy, we are not going to get along, right? Right. Well, you're only where. No. All right, we're not going to get along. Let's trade this, trade that, trade this, trade that. Give me this, give me that. And yeah. There's Cardassians. Hello. Hi. Research this. Cardassian. You're uppity and you don't want to trade tech, right? No, of course you don't.
For Cardassian
information, then you'll tell me about someone else, I'm sure. You have some very big borders not to know about anyone else. Huh.
Construction complete.
Alright, well, color me surprised. And I don't fucking survey. Just start surveying things. So the Federation Cardassian border runs ish like this, I think. Something like this, maybe? It's pretty weird. Oh, Bajor is... occupied by the Cardassians. No, it's not. This is an atomic age civilization. The Cardassians just moved in and built up a station here. Interesting. That might have been one of the temporal events. I don't remember if Bajor was independent or not earlier on. Not that it's really all that important, just I still don't know what temporal anomalies do. And I've played through 2 very substantial campaigns of this game.
Engaging enemy station.
So, alright. This is garbage to me now. These matter very little to me now. There we go, I got around to it. Build a starbase here. And then I'll want Quaistrin, but I don't want to queue up the starbase quite yet. And this is going to be our tiny little triangle of planets. That's not a very good start. That's okay. That's okay. Still have about 2 years before I'm feeling obligated to move in on the Xindi crisis. Presuming that we win this, I did kind of take for granted that we would win this. I somehow forgot that there would be an enemy fleet here. We outnumber them 5-3, but they do have a space station. Their combined strength is better than ours. Do I just want to retreat, rebuild, come back? No. I mean, no, I don't want to do that. They're out of armor, so they should be blowing up pretty quickly. This will be uncomfortable and we'll probably lose at least a ship or two, but this will be fine. Probably. Yeah, this will be fine. Well, we found the Trill. Oh yeah, the Trill are right here. I forgot about them. I don't know how I forgot that the Trill are over here. Why is the Council on Exobiology so unhappy? Oh, indirect xenology, yeah, there's a lot of changes I could make here, but you know, I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm not gonna do any of that because our ideology is going to change after we fail to protect Earth, and then what our factions are going to change, and our laws will need to change accordingly. And I don't want to switch over to xenophile laws and then have a bunch of angry xenophobes. No? Yeah? No, what's happening here again? Dispatch. We'll go to Mabu. Here, who's in the neighborhood? Minos Corva. You're doing this now.
Evading hostiles.
How have we not destroyed that last ship? How have
Our
you not
presence in the galaxy has not gone by unnoticed.
Oh, we found the Bullion League. That's, you know, not totally unexpected. I was moving around in their backyard. Not aggression pact. Yep, and then this, and then that, and this, and this, and that, and that, and this. For 30 years. Yep. I kind of wish the trade deals didn't have a 30-year timer. It'd be nice if they could just be indefinite and you paid some sort of diplomacy upkeep for something. I don't know. Nice to meet all of you. Hello, yes. You are, for some reason, not open to research, which is weird because you are...
Make a note in the log.
Militia builders. At least you're not saying make a note in the log. It's a new audio file. It's not bad. I don't think it's any good, though. I don't want to offend whoever the voice actor was for that, but make a note in the log thing gets pretty old pretty fast. Yeah, we can offer you this, which does very little, because you probably know of no one that I don't know.
The Empire
and we talk to the Romulans, who do not want to give us that for obvious reasons. We'll go ahead and do this, and we still haven't found the Denobulans, which is really funny. How's this going? Will this be done in a year? It better be done in a year. I don't know with enough certainty that that'll be done in a year, which is pretty sad. Combat in Stellaris is pretty slow, and New Horizons slowed it down even more. I'd really like it if Powers had a propensity or intention to take systems that they, by lore, owned in the television series, movie series, and you know, expanded universe. That would be very, very cool to see the Cardassians try to grow up to their, natural borders, if you take my meaning. and the Klingons and everyone else. It would be really great if there were an alternate start that started in the Next Generation area, or the Discovery area. Next Generation era or Discovery era that had all of these pre-owned, but I recognize that'd be a huge pain in the ass. And it's already hard enough to keep up one start date. Keeping up more than that would be pretty intense amount of work. That's really dragging on. It's been hundreds of days that they've been fighting in orbit here. Hundreds of days. It's fucking stupid. I'm remembering all the tiny little complaints I have about this game. It really does just take a couple of hours in Stellaris to remind me why I don't play it anymore. But I'm intent on getting to the Xindi crisis, showing us losing the Xindi crisis, moving on. So, at the very least, you're going to enter orbit. I'm going to hire someone after this fleet invariably fails or succeeds in its own time. And yeah, the movement speed between systems is way too slow for Star Trek. It shouldn't take that long to get across Federation space. The sense of space is pretty confusing.
Technology
so
discovered.
A lot of these are a lot tighter together, and there's a lot more in here, a lot more stars in here. The United Federation of Planets, which spans about this area in canon, has hundreds of worlds and civilizations as member species. But to get hundreds of worlds and member species, you need this here. And it doesn't take years to go from here to here, whereas in this mod it takes years to go from here to here, even with the best events. The best available FTL, and going from here to here takes a fucking long time. I don't know. Part of me feels like maybe the mod should be limited to the Alpha and Beta quadrants, and the events from the Gamma quadrant, the Delta quadrant, should just be handled via event chains, like the off-map way that China is handled in Crusader Kings, or the Aztec invaders, or stuff like that, because you don't see the Cardassians expanding outside of the Alpha Quadrant, right? You don't see
special project complete.
The Klingons moving into the Delta Quadrant. You don't see the Romulans even expanding into the Galactic Core. It's all pretty contained because there's the unwritten assumption that there's powers on the other side of them also hemming them in. Like, we hear of the Shiliak Corporate pretty early on as being a neighbor core word of the United Federation, and yeah, I don't know. It's a hard mix, because I really love the idea of having the Star Trek universe be playable, but a big part of the Star Trek universe was just how fucking full of shit it was, and the constant, decade after decade, year after year, ceaseless pursuit of science and discovery and technology and surveying new systems and meeting new species for fucking centuries. And I suppose that's a thing you do here, but it's centuries all contained within, like, this area. So it'd be really cool to have an Alpha and Beta quadrant that have as many planets as this whole map, but condensed into this area. I don't know, the game's very good. The mod's very, very good. So, okay, this expanse choice, it doesn't matter what you pick. They all do the same thing, more or less. This is canon. I don't think it makes a difference what you pick here, but we're gonna purchase the contract, because why not? So, otherwise you have... This is one of my least favorite episodes of Enterprise. we get the Xindi homeworld coordinates, which are not the real Xindi homeworld coordinates.
Construction complete.
Why is our piracy risk so high? Well, we border a lot of unclaimed systems, so that's probably part of it. I don't want to build more star bases, but I probably should. It's gonna set us back a fuck ton once we lose Sol. So yeah, this would be a very difficult playthrough if this was your idea, to try to colonize other things and build up
Special
as quickly as
project
possible.
complete.
So we can get money for responding to this distress call, or we can get unity. How much do I need? 100 to adopt a new tradition. This will get us damn close. What would that do for me? Now let's just take the dollary dues. Go ahead and give me Kleistron.
Evading hostiles.
Ah, distress call in the Mabu system. Oh, if only we had a ship nearby. Okay.
Long
Scratch.
updated.
It was at the same planet you just came from. Alright. Yep. That's... how weird. What a coincidence. I'm pretty impressed to see the Cardassians expanding so unabashedly.
Special project
I don't
complete.
remember the Malcorians super well. Distress call, the Cardassian Union is grateful. We get a bunch of energy toward them, or we get energy toward them. We get energy from them. Yeah, no reward is necessary.
Or
good?
Cardassia.
You good? You wanna drink some milk? Okay.
Or Cardassia.
Expanse. So if you use Mako's rescue the away team, I think you're forfeiting entirely the possibility of getting the Saleya to help you out. And the Vulcans will be displeased with you if you just use Mako. If you at least attempt to investigate a cure and fail, the Vulcans won't be mad. If you investigate and succeed, the Vulcans will be happy, and you'll get the Saleya to assist in the defense of Earth when the time comes. So right now, Human Vulcan friendship, charismatic ruler. Nope. Medium intensity diplomatic outreach. I'm not doing. Are you doing that? I do not know.
Anomaly detected.
So I'm gonna grab this shitty fleet, and keep in mind we have no Enterprise. We still have no Enterprise. Presumably we'll have an Enterprise after this Xindi crisis, but this is very weird. There's a whole thing happening up here. You all knock yourselves out. No, sorry, wrong map.
Technology
This is what I
discovered.
wanted? No, this. God damn it! Which? No, I don't remember. Okay, let me see if I can remember what these do. This is the only way you can actually sabotage the weapon. These can set the timers back, but this one also makes it possible that the arboreals will help you, I think, because this is the only peaceful way to engage. Now, all of these, depending on which one you pick, have a random number of days that they add until the next event, and a random number of days that they add until the event chain ends, and you end up
Technology discovered.
I forget the name of it. The planet where you do discover the weapon. Oh, here we go. Yep. So here's the the new star. No, that's not what it's called. Lone Star, maybe? Yeah, so send a landing party. This can go a bunch of different ways. You don't do not reveal the United Earth to the population first. This has a small percentage chance to work if you do it first, but if you wait and quietly intervene first, this now has a greater percentage chance to work. Both adapted to the new reality of support and intervention. Great, okay. Relocate, support their independent development. No, I'll support your independent development. I definitely don't want to, I don't want you coming back to Earth, because, trust me, buddy, you don't want to be coming back here after this is over. And now, if we're very, very lucky, we'll get the Xindi Insectoid event next. Inner light. Oh, no, reverse thrusters. The position. These events, the names on here have changed, or the descriptions have changed.
Construction complete.
Okay, that's enough of that. Ha! Substance abuser. Second wife.
Initiating communications.
Oh god. Okay, rejecting the assistance of the... I don't think there's any benefit to rejecting the Andorian assistance here. I can't remember. I feel like I should be able to remember, but I cannot. It would probably... If you're really curious about this, just look at the event codes. Just go and pop open the...
Initiating communications.
The mod files. For the most part, you'll find that it's all pretty self-explanatory, and what you see in the game is what you are gonna find in the game files. There's nothing super hidden or two-faced or subterfuge. Oftentimes, if something just doesn't happen, it's just randomness. Most things to happen in Paradox games, you don't say, this will happen in 10 days. Saying that something will happen in an exact amount of time is not really something the engine does. The engine tends to operate on mean time to happen. Mean time to happen says it will happen between this number of days and this number of days, but it's entirely possible it may never happen at all.
Long
Got the rescue
updated.
mission. Do we have anyone near here? You're going here now, buddy. Which can be really cool at times, really frustrating at others. So, Dagra. Dagra here. Freeing Dagra as a symbol of goodwill has a very, very small percentage chance of Dagra changing his mind. Abandoning him on an inhabited world does nothing. Prepared to deception has a small chance of him giving you the location. We're gonna do this because it's canon. Oh, yep, succeeded. Great. So,
Technology discovered.
presumably we're going straight for Azati Prime. That's the name of it, Azati Prime, but maybe not. Maybe we'll get the Insectoid Baby event. I really like the Insectoids. The Xindi Insectoids aren't actually that amazing as Pops, but... No, damn! It gets skipped. Oh, that's a shame. So sometimes you get some of the events, sometimes you get all of the events, sometimes you miss certain ones but not other ones. The Expanse chain is a real fucking crapshoot. And if you're really hard set on specifically getting one event, save before you start. And then just suffer through the entire thing. Seizing control of the weapon, yada yada yada. We will not fail! Well, see... That's where you're wrong. It's not failure if you just don't intend to win in the first place. Just gonna grab all of these, tell them to go down here. We're not resisting. In fact, I'm making a point to make sure that the Xindi win here. This is the one Xindi event I haven't seen, is what happens when they win. Now, the files I was reading were before planet destroyers, planet crackers were introduced in Stellaris. at all. So I'm very curious if this actually acts as
Initiating communications.
planet-destroying weapon, or if it's still the event scripted from before. It's probably just scripted from before, but I will be very curious to find out. Is our fleet big enough to take it on? Maybe. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. I know we'll lose Earth. I think we might even lose Mars. Which is why I haven't done shit on Mars either, except just sit and wait. Okay. I'm recognizing a mistake I made. A smarter person would have allowed resettlement before this. I'm just enforcing it now and forcibly evacuating Earth. A smart person would have done this a lot earlier. Yeah, well, you know, I saved one. If you can save one, save one. If you can save all of them, save all of them. So that's actually quite interesting. You can potentially avoid loss of life on Earth if you just run everyone off the planet by colonizing the right number of things beforehand. And we have a couple new planets we can move to. Mostly I've moved to grab these to demonstrate there are ways to build up again and move forward. I hate Anbujitsu. I hate that fucking episode. It's so cringy. It's the future. The highest form of martial art.
Survey complete.
Weird and vaguely Japanese in a really, like, written by a white guy who doesn't know anything about Japan kind of way. And, yes, the hardest part is that you fight blind. Ah, yeah, that's a real art form, but instead of, like, sci-fi weapons, we just fight with sticks with big pointy bits on the end. It's so dumb. A lot of things from the next generation haven't aged super well. I'm watching through it these last couple of weeks, these last couple of weeks, I've become aware of, like, wow, yeah, that's not aged well, or like, that's kinda horribly sexist, or man, they were thinking about how, considering themselves to be, like, really
initiating communications,
really impactfully
special project complete,
progressive, but just not at all by comparison. Hey, so defend the freighter. Hey, yeah, good job. We blew some stuff up. I actually haven't seen that specific event before. Well, maybe I have. I don't remember it. What do I want here? What does anyone want? Cheaper technology. faster tech research speed. That's all anyone wants, really.
Construction
More technology.
complete.
We'll survey that. Just rendezvousing the fleet back at 80th Cassiopeia, writing Earth off completely. I'd blow up this space station if I could, but I can't. The trivial defense of Earth we're offering, I wouldn't be doing if I could. So I'm thinking the way it probably works is this won't actually have a very cool looking laser that it uses to blow up our planet. It's just going to be an event. It's kind of anticlimactic. That's okay, that's okay. Creating new assets is hard, and the mod team have done a fuck ton of great work.
Complete.
So I'm not gonna decry this one small thing. Go ahead and do that. How expensive is this? How much? pretty expensive. Yeah, that was a stupid choice. Oh, you want to colonize a whole new planet, or do you want to upgrade a single building? Tough decision. So the reason I'm queuing up these colony ships, and I'm wishing I had done it sooner, apparently it's ideal to have empty planets so you can just move your population off of Earth. This is taking forever.
Anomaly detected.
Research. Do I think tiles I could... Should we shoot the planet now? No, no. We need to blow up this tiny space station first. It's just the way things are done. But we have this planet-destroying weapon. No, no, we need to waste years of our time just slowly circling this one tiny starbase. God forbid we attack a planet while getting shot at by this starbase. It'd be dishonorable. But hell, what do you want? Is this continental? So if we do go xenophobic, this would be a great place to go. Your traditional... Yeah, a xenophobic United Earth in the, not in the alternate reality has some pretty interesting routes of expansion, because you do start out next to people who, the Betazoids and Trill and all these minor species, depending on how many minor species you're playing with or not. I'd be very interested to see what you could pull off. Now, the game has paused itself, meaning that Earth probably is getting blown up by event right now. Yes, indeed. So it doesn't actually destroy Earth, it's just an event that fires. We'll go ahead and move to Earth. Ah, yes, this is... Well... So it's planet type change there. I don't know if we actually see it crack the planet. I... was staring at the galaxy map instead. Broken planet. The Xindi weapon has destroyed Earth. The rush launch of the weapon caused a feedback pulse along the first firing, resulting in its own destruction. Okay, so the Xindi weapon gets destroyed. Interesting. Devastated by the loss of Earth and the death of billions, humanity has been brought to the edge of extinction. Destruction of the weapon has forced the Xindi reptilians and insectoids to accept the ultimatum provided to them by the remaining Xindi species for defying the will of the Council. Accepting their manipulation into targeting the Earth, the primates, arboreals, and aquatics promise to uphold the peace and never again target humanity. Across the few remaining human worlds, people react in horror. Vowing to preserve humanity at all costs, Starfleet enacts martial law, declaring the United Human Remnant the successor state of the former United Earth. So, adds the genocide opinion towards the Xindi Council. So I guess we're not really fond of you, huh? Kinda goes without saying. So the Kumari and the Saleya go a generous donations. 50 energy. 50 energy? Contact with Vulcan High Command has been sporadic since the destruction of the homeworld. However, recent news has suggested Administrator Stahn's administration has authorized an aid package for immediate distribution among the worlds of the United Human Remnant. Survivors of the attack remain skeptical of alien motives, however moves like this go a long way to changing opinions. We get 50 fucking energy? Oh man, what a big deal. Fuck you. So, I go over here to factions. Our ideology shifted pretty dramatically. We have militant, pacifist, militant, xenophobe. Oh, hey, the NX project! Alright, well, this should have fired off a long time ago.
Situation log updated.
Great. Militant, xenophobe, militant, but I think this is the extent. I don't believe that there's any other special events from here on out. There might be. I'm gonna let the game run for... And we got another 15 minutes left in the hour. I'm gonna see if anything happens. Alright, support its independent development. North Star Confederation is now our vassals, so they are fanatic materialist militarists. Is that what we are? No, I love your shit though. Hell yeah. God, okay, so we're fanatic, xenophobic, militarist egalitarians. Gross. Gross. Reform government? Can I change this? Unfortunately, drive for self-improvement, spirit of exploration cannot be removed. Oh, we're an oligarchy. We are not a democracy. Well, it's interesting all the same. Do you like me more now that we're both... Nope. I was gonna say now that we're both xenophobes, but nah, that doesn't seem that's how that works. So at least we don't lose
We have
soul.
mastered a new technology.
So you can develop Mars and all that jazz. And if we...
Incoming transmission.
All these, minerals aren't lost. Oh, so the Vulcan High Command gives us 50 credits, and that's it? 50 energy credits, and that's the only follow-up event. Fucking nobody else gave us anything. Fuck all of you. You are some bullshit fair-weather friends. Wow, yeah, I'm really I'm stunned by the lack of follow-up to
Incoming
that.
transmission.
منكدير سبلسور.
Vanguard. Xenophobe. Militarist? Man. You can purge, you can enslave, you can do all kinds of fun things.
System survey complete.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's about it. I don't think we're gonna run into anything else. That's what happens if you lose. You just lose Earth, which can kinda suck,
System
but
survey complete.
if you're resigned to that, it's really not a big deal. It puts you in a position where now, as humans, we can go around being xenophobic, we can purge people, we can go all anti-Starfleet. Instead of forming the Federation, you can go and attack its contingent members and make your own little Terran Dominion. Of course, you are almost, for the rest of the game, you're going to be called the United Human Remnant. But you can just change that at a click, so that's a weird aesthetic change, but thought it was worth taking a look at. I'm kind of glad that I did. Little anticlimactic, not gonna lie. That's okay. Yeah, I think maybe in the future I should just play in alpha beta quadrants maps, because it just covers this size area, and honestly I don't give a fuck about this. The only thing I care about here is the Dominion, because they become interesting later on, but I think they're handled by a crisis, and the Borg because they're interesting later on. But I'm remembering from past campaigns, really, once I get past this line, I just start getting more and more bitter and resigned to, and now it's just micromanagement. My opinion might change once 2.2 comes out. There's a couple things I'm gonna look at in the future, maybe, not today, but eventually. I want to take a look at the Dominion's mechanics and explore and show off how those are used. Oh wow. Name Rakarian Free States. Yep, that's what that is. The Vidians I want to take a look at, because the Vidians have some interesting mechanics with curing the phage. I say interesting, they have mechanics around curing the phage, which might be worth showing off. I don't know. The Krenim have their temporal weaponry and stuff, which they're fine. Might be worth showing off. The Hirogen have their one little neat thing that they go and build new homes. But in comparison to the Federation, just in terms of features, everyone else is severely lacking. I mean, the Borg have a fuck ton going on. A fuck ton that they do, that they're good at, that's very interesting. But still, 9 games out of 10 playing Star Trek New Horizons, I'm going to be wanting to play the Federation of Planets, because the United Federation just have the coolest shit. Well, okay, it's been about 4 hours. It's noon here. I'm putting in a cut here. I may be back streaming something else here in a bit, but I'm gonna run off for a second. If you're watching on YouTube, this is gonna be it for this series, but let me know if you want me to, if there's any nation or civilization or, God, I don't know what the fuck to call them, power, that you'd like to see me take a closer look at or talk about or yada yada yada. It'll probably just be a 1 or 2 hour segment if I do, but, you know, let me know. Until tomorrow, make sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, etc., 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 all that stuff. Alexandrian Codex on all the things. Until then, toodaloo, take care, bye-bye.